Welcome back. Welcome back to the Twins podcast. My name is Tsidiso.
I am Tsidiso.
And together we are
the
T Twins.
The T Twins on the Twins podcast. Yes.
Yeah. The story continues.
It continues, and I guess this is the conclusion, right?
Yeah.
So, guys, the guy last saw the child when she was 18 months old, right? Remember the attempt when she was 5 years old going to grade R. It didn't materialize because now saying I've shown my boyfriend on the status. Now he's mad again. He's like, no.
On the profile.
On the profile, he's like, no. She's dating someone. I'm not going to maintain the child. We don't know if he doesn't have money. Like, I'm a very positive person, guys. In my head, I'm still saying, maybe he doesn't have money.
Those
I don't want
excuses. If he didn't have money.
He doesn't have money, but at the same time, I don't want to believe that this guy doesn't want to be part of his child's life. You know that thing, Yahore? I come up with all excuses, Yahore. He should be loving the child, but he has got his other things, like his other demons to deal with. But I don't want to face that one. Like, it took me time for me to believe that where the story ends, that's when I get convinced to, yeah, no, this is it. Because I still want to make him a good father. Yes, my mission was to make him a good father, but the father who's not in my life, but yeah, in the child's life. It continues. I think now the child is back. I'm able to take my child to school on my own, to the school that I like. So, but now the challenge is that she's starting from group 5. Then I'm like, I look at her, I'm like, it doesn't matter. It only hits now when she looks at her age. I think at that time she was not aware that she's a year older than her classmates because she had to go group R. Now,
Group 5.
Yeah, group 5 instead of grade R. Now she's fine. She goes to school. It's okay. She's doing grade R. I think at the age of... My sister got married. My sister met her husband when my daughter was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah, 6 or 7. Because it was just months after she got back to live with us when she was in group R. You met your husband.
I met my husband 2 months.
It was in 2017,
yes.
right? Yes.
Yeah.
So my sister got pregnant. She got married. Now she has a child. So it happened that my daughter and I, we had to come and live with my sister when when she was pregnant. Yeah, we stayed with them. Then the baby was born. Now it's a whole setup, familiar. So this is the first time for my daughter to see this kind of a setup, like closely, where there is a child, a mother, and the father who's so much active in his child's life. So even at that time, my other sister, the one who comes after us, they live in the Val. So now they used to visit a lot, and we also visit them. Even that side, it's a child, a father, and the mother. And the father is
very
also
much committed. Yeah.
So now my daughter, she's starting to see this culture of these two families. These people are my sisters. They like their families are complete. Now she looks at us and she's like, Mom, what's wrong with us? Because now Bokang is always saying, my dad this, and when this man, and then Uncle Trevor this side, my daughter this, but then where the hell is my father? Now she starts asking like difficult questions over, Mommy, I don't think I'm complete. Where is my dad? Even at school now starts this conversations of my dad this, my dad that. And then school activities now, all alone, there is no father. You know, as a banana, you know,
I listen to KG and Bokang and Bunolo when they say my father.
You feel it even now when we go home. Like it's just us and our kids, because before we go to bed, the fathers will call,
will video call.
Yeah. So now my daughter's starting to feel out of place for yo.
And then KG, I was telling you about KG now when she responds to the father's phone call. Father, my father!
So this father thing now is sitting in my daughter's head. It's like, no, I want my dad. I want. So now, at first, she thought when she was still living with my parents, she believed that my dad was her dad. Now she's starting to say, no, but that's your dad, mommy. You just said Ntatemolo. Of course, he's my Ntatemolo, but he's your father, but not my father. So now I have to explain, your father is there living somewhere. I can check out socially. They're saying that he lives in Cape Town and all of that. She said, I want him. So I needed to fulfill my daughter's thing. Yes, I go again.
Difficult.
It's not her fault. I'm the one who got her into this situation. I chose the father for my daughter. And I tell you guys, I'm going to apologize for the rest of my life for choosing that kind of a father for my daughter. She doesn't deserve this. So now, I have to swallow my pride again and approach this man and say, hey, your daughter needs you. Now I inboxed his friend again.
The same.
The same friend. He had back where he is. Check out the picture. I was still friends with a friend on Facebook. The picture. So I'm just like, please tell your friend that his daughter wants him. She wants to know him because she doesn't know this guy, guys. He left when my daughter was 18 months old. So now she doesn't know how he looks like, and I believe that guy also doesn't know how my daughter looks like.
I want someone on social media.
So I'm tall. He's I'm tall for some time. I said I'm doing class. I want to say who is hey, who are running Navalo? Hey, Kilaka phone and I get when I go and toss over Jalo. Happy. So I told her, but are you aware that you're not doing this for me? Now where I am, I'm perfectly fine. I have a father who loves me. At my age, he still treats me like I'm a 16-year-old. Like when it comes to that department, I'm complete. But I want you to have a relationship with your daughter because she wants to know you. And he agreed. I remember, guys, it was sometime in November 2020. And when were we having COVID? In 2020. 2020.
Hi, which year? 2020. Because then negative.
Yeah. And he said, we're gonna meet somewhere in Sandton. He wants to make sure that I cannot play on comment.
Now I can afford. Yeah.
Choose the restaurant. Hannah, which restaurant did you go to? Was it the meat company?
So it's you who chose the restaurant?
It's him. He said, let's meet at Nelson Mandela Square. Let's meet at somewhere at Nando's. Because all I wanted was for him to meet his daughter and I decided this time was support and that time that support it was not even in my mind. Remember, he had lied twice. School fees. And every time we approached him, it was just school fees, nothing else. What she eats, where she lives, the clothes she wears, medication. We're not even thinking of that. We're just saying school fees. He failed on both occasions. So now we are meeting again. It's very strange for my daughter because she's going to meet this guy for the first time. After 8 years. Yes. And then he was sitting in that restaurant, like seated like a boss. Yeah. Okay, it's okay.
Is this the occasion here, the hairstyle?
No.
Oh, the hairstyle came
still coming. The hairstyle is still coming.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. We had a conversation. He was updating me about his life. I'm doing this business. It's like trying to prove to me He's making big moves. I am very positive. I know he's capable. There's just that there is something that's offish, but he is capable because then he's a very smart guy.
Truly speaking, let's give it to him. He's a very smart guy.
Yeah.
He can start things. He knows how to approach. He knows how to convince people to get into business with him. And we're not talking about smaller things. We're talking about big things. But then, so because I remember, okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit when they were building Waterfall City. Waterfall City. Right before Nearly had just land there, something is going to happen here. This guy went there and he pitched. I don't even know how he got to meet those people, those Jews who were okay. Now I come from Lesotho, a brick, so I can supply you guys. Those people were happy with the deal. They were and then
he gave them samples.
Yeah, he gave them samples because I remember he brought them here.
Yeah,
he gave them samples. They were very happy. They wanted to give him it. Guys, you can just imagine opportunity of a lifetime, and he just disappeared on them.
Because he just had this negative energy
around him,
but he's very smart, guys. We're talking about a very smart guy.
He disappeared on those people, and they kept on calling her, and then she was like, I don't know.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how he lost. And those people were desperate. They wanted him, to give him the deal. Yeah.
So now we meet him at the restaurant. We sat there like the whole day. Started asking questions about the child. Linda was convinced to her, now this is the father. You can see he has got a family. But then he decided, because it was in November, my daughter's birthday is on the 6th of December. And then he was like, okay, what are you doing for your birthday? My daughter said, I still don't know, things like that. Many places are still closed. And I was like, no. Let's go to Sun City for that weekend. No. Okay, that's fine. Guys, this is someone that my daughter doesn't know. And she's only 8 years old. So I had to go to Sun City with them.
Yeah, I know someone. Even my parents were like,
we don't trust this man. What if we go to we're gonna let him go to Sun City with the child? If he disappears with the child, make sure that you are there. As a responsible mother, I said, it's fine, we're going. And then he said to me, it's fine, I'll send the money. He likes doing that. I'll send the money into your account, you do the bookings and all. I was doing that. I booked, and then I make sure that I book like 2 rooms, because he thought we were gonna be in one family room. It's not like that. So when we were in Sun City, guys, when you are with your child, it started from there,
from the restaurant,
because when he said, okay, let's take pictures. They took pictures. I was taking pictures of them. And then she asked me, and then what time they want to say, Mommy, let's talk about, please, can I have pictures of both of you, like a family picture of my mom and my dad? I don't have a picture like that. Then I agreed. I told him, she wants a picture. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. We asked other people. They took pictures of the 3 of us, right? Yeah, that was so okay. It's fine. I don't know where those pictures went.
No, he posted them on Facebook.
He started posting when we were inside.
No.
Oh, yes.
When are you don't? I saw, because I didn't even.
I'm blocked. That profile I was blocked.
Oh, you were blocked, because now the profile that he's using now, it's a different one.
It's a page.
So he blocked you on that profile. But then someone said, hey, I can remove. And I'm like, hey, I see.
And I was quite surprised, because at that time, in a restaurant, he actually paid the bill. Waiter,
tip.
I've
got money.
I'm sorry. Passing an eye Gucci. Gucci Maguchana. I talk about a brand. I can say Chinese Rolex. I can say Muduva, but Gucci or any Simon.
Hey, ubona.
And what was it of mine? What was official and Tonyana Ling. Honey, the phone yana can engage Vandranyan. Honey, Ling, Yahopula on Tonyana, Flynn is a Silenuna, Nampahamesibo, and Nakibona. But the weird part is that when we were discussing the Sun City thing, I kept saying to him, I realized that you are married, you have a wife. So now that you go into Sun City and then you say you're living in Cape Town, you live in Cape Town, I think it will be quite nice if you bring your wife. So he didn't want to entertain me. He didn't want to talk about the wife.
Because I think if Ulimu to a sensible man, you are married and then you meet the mother of your child, the first thing, if you think she doesn't know, even if you think she knows because you haven't told her, the first thing to say is that I am married.
Yes.
That's the first thing. Like the first thing when you meet people should know Rena, you are married or you are not married, especially the mother of your child.
You tell baby mama
the drama. So
I'm the one who kept asking me about the wife and then said, no, I don't want to talk about that.
As if
like I kept saying, but your wife, and he said, no, let's not talk about it. You know, about to brush her off from that conversation the other wife. Up until I said to him, I think it's better if you can bring her. I meet her. Even if my daughter comes visit you guys in Cape Town, I know who she's dealing with.
Yes.
Liana, she should know where I stand.
Who's the mother of this child?
Yes. I know. I'm not coming with her. I don't know. Around that time, but he posted. Remember, guys, I was told that on that profile. Even for me to find out that this guy lives in Cape Town before he blocked me, I can't block so I could see that he was posting this woman every day. He's that kind of a person. Now post Hashem. She was posting that woman. So he's a married man. He's got a family
a proud
married man.
His wife.
But now we're taking these pictures. The man went and posted our pictures on Facebook.
That's how
and now I don't know. My sister asked me, hey, I can't see the picture. He posted knowing exactly I'm not gonna see it because he blocked me long time ago. We are talking, but on Facebook he has blocked me.
And then you know, like his friends. People who know exactly what's happened. They were the ones who were commenting under the picture and saying, we are so happy that you are back together. What is that? Even that very same friend, when now you were reaching out to him, asking for the numbers when you're looking for the guy, the same one. I saw his comment there, say, congratulating him for now the family is back together.
And 2 weeks ago, he was there with them and the wife.
And he's not correcting these people. Even people who knew us from St. Agnes, like people who are here, some of you guys are watching here, you're congratulating this guy. Okay, but then you didn't know. I won't blame you. You thought they were back together because even the caption was misleading. So when people congratulating
after 8 years,
he's not correcting people saying, okay, no. It's just and then the problem started from him posting a picture where you are. He could have just posted pictures of himself and his child, not you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him posting my daughter because that's his daughter, but posting me, that was another thing. Come on, guys, this time I think I've learned my lesson. If I step on this guy's toes, he's going to neglect the child. Now
you're treading carefully.
I don't even say anything about the post. It's fine. Sun City. When we are in Sun City, everybody who meets us in Sun City, they are convinced that we are a family. People treat us like a family. Lena, I can't say to everyone, no, I'm just here because of the child. No.
The situation is ending tight. I don't want to find myself in that kind of a situation. And I think
well, even when he does something that I don't like, there are lots of things that I don't think, Nalian, I used to say, okay, Mutuna Nankia Mona, relationship, but there are so many things about him that I don't like. Like, serious. Like there is time for jokes, there is time for serious business. So now you know, even if it's into the serious, but I don't like this. I don't like being around him. I don't like being in spaces where there's people with him, because I'm not proud to say here's the man next to me. Yeah, no. I don't. So I was doing it for my daughter.
But then you know those kind of things that you did, like that, those jokes, like I used to like him, you know, when he was still in your life, when we got invited to the party, that I used to enjoy it, because he's this kind of a guy who knows how to dig up information out of people.
Yeah.
You go to a party, right? You are having fun and you're just talking about you know, easy stuff. And when we get back in the car, he will tell us everything about everyone. Like that guy, he works there, he does this and this and this. Like he just knew how to start conversations and know exactly what.
That's why he knows how to make like relations. That's why he can be very good in business.
But that's how scammers work. It's either you're gonna be, if you are like that, it's either you're gonna be a good scammer, you're going to scam people, or you're going to be a great businessman. There's no in between. If you have that kind of mind, there's no in between.
And he reads personalities.
He can read personalities. So even my husband is like that, but then we say positivity. So this guy he chose
a gift.
It's a gift.
He's gifted. I don't want to lie,
because I was even telling my husband, you know, I'm telling you the story of this guy, but if you're gonna meet him somewhere out there without me not knowing Horekian, hey, I've met this guy, hey.
Let me tell you
and you
something
think
that
I'm a liar.
Remember when this guy wanted me, the guy Malcolm X friend that I said I said no to him, and then I chose the guy over him. I think my daughter was 3 months old. Jonito was getting married.
Yes, in Kwa.
We all went to Jonito's wedding. Right? We went there with him, and we were booked at the same guest house in Putadichaba with that guy. That I neglected, and I chose him.
I remember.
And that guy, and we're talking about someone who's fighting to be in parliament.
Yeah, he is in parliament. He's not fighting. He's in parliament now. He is.
Okay, so now they met, right? They met. I think he didn't know this guy wanted me. And I feel like now he had a mini conversation with him. I'm like a lawyer and all. Then he came back to me and said, "Yeah, I forgive you. You chose the right guy. The guy is smart. He's smart. And maybe he will take care of you. He's a smart guy, I can see." Not knowing
Baba exchanged
the number. And then the guy actually wanted to, Mr. K, wanted to do business with him. But I don't know how it ended up. I think he was somehow intimidated by him.
He was intimidated because he knew the real. You know yourself. So you'll be intimidated by people like that.
Now, the way I papanga did, the guy who wanted me, but after meeting him, he was like, "No, you know, Matsidiso, I forgave you. I can see, the baby is cute." And then when I speak to this guy, it's like,
hey, you'll be misled.
I'll be misled. So that's how it was, guys. We were in Sun City. Now we are a family. We are playing a cool family. But I know we are not together. And I even told him, okay, now I cannot get back with you. And I even said to him, he bought my daughter a phone. Yes. He bought a phone for as a birthday gift. And I said to him, you see, now that you bought her a phone, she's very much independent. She has always been having a phone, but now it means you can communicate with her without me. I kept saying to him, I want you to build an independent relationship with this child. Your relationship without me. It's your relationship. That was it. Even my daughter, when I was me, said, "Mommy, it will be so weird to get back together with my dad." That's what she used to say. And at that time, I was very much saying it, guys. There was no influence whatsoever. Like, I made a decision long time ago. Even if I was to be left in this planet, me and that guy, I wouldn't get back together with that man. I can live without a man for the rest of my life, not that guy. And I made that decision 10 years ago. So now, not every opportunity he gets to be with me in the same room, he's thinking, to be communicating, to be in contact. He thinks we're gonna get back together. So one of in Sun City, he's sure. No, there is no way that this person will come to Sun City with us for a weekend and we are not back together. That was it. We get back, and when he was about to leave, gives us a hug, and then he tries to kiss me. I was like, "What are you doing?" Then I shifted
Disgusting.
this way. I was disgusted. He left. And then he left. So now I can't watch
It's a joke. Can't you catch a joke?
Even in Sun City, the guy is
I can't remember him.
He never did that because he was trying to prove a point. This whole time, I'm a rich man. I can do this. I can pay for that.
He scammed Anna. Maybe it was the wife's money. The wife is also getting scammed. Nice. I think the wife is getting scammed.
Yeah, nice Sun City.
Badly.
And he even told me that woman will do anything for him. Yeah. So now he still wants to go to a talk, the wife. Because I kept asking, let's talk about your wife. Call your wife. I want her to know what's going to happen. There are no intentions at all with this. So we come back from Sun City, it's okay. Then he starts saying, okay, next year. He even apologizes. All these years, I can't believe you've been paying school fees on your own. I want to release you of those duties. Just concentrate on, food inside the house. Even part of your whatever we're saying, living expenses. I'll make sure that I come up with something. And then he said to me, I need you to commit yourself, except for school fees. How much are you going to be contributing? And I'm not saying pay this much. I said whatever you can afford. How much can you afford in a month so that we can budget on it and know with your money we do this. And then he said, no. We see with me. Mina, I'm a hustler. There is no time when I say I have this money is a salary. Every time when I hustled money, I'll make sure that I deposit the money. I gave him my daughter's banking details. Then I said, okay, you will deposit.
Yeah, but I think you are still going there.
I'm still going there.
Mind you.
I said, deposit the money into the child's bank account. I guess it's the beginning of December.
Yeah.
We'll see what will happen. But then the school fees January. Okay. No, that year. I guess that was previous COVID year.
Yeah, because what I just thought about now was about it was related to COVID.
Yes, but it was in 20. I get all these things that are happening in 2020 in December.
Yes,
and then lockdown.
Before the lockdown.
After.
Is it after?
It's after the lockdown because we're still wearing masks. It was after they had opened some spaces where you can go. Yeah, but we're still not traveling internationally. But we could go. Yes, and then the cut-off times. Yes. So that year, COVID, I remember I was owing school fees because the last time I paid school fees was in April. I didn't pay school fees from May to December because everyone was having a hard time. Then I got a knock, like everything. My business wasn't working, like I had zero income at that time. So I could only survive to pay like school fees. I hope I refile 10% or 15%, but even with that percentage discount, I still couldn't pay. I remember this because I told him at that time because even I didn't tell him in our first meeting because I didn't want him to think we are here because we owe school fees, we want your money, and then then I told him in my daughter's school, they will open that account until December, but then the following year they will close that account. Then I need to pay so that they can open an account for the next year. For this year, I can read previous year they've closed an account. So how to honor your school? towards end of December. No, don't worry. January, when the school reopens, I will settle that amount. You know, I think we were on board 50K. Then 50 or 60 somewhere there. Then December, I said to him, I managed to get 20,000. Now we are left with 40. Will you please help me with this 40? He still said yes. January, got stock fellas as a high. Then I paid 15. We're left with 15. And I said, please pay 15. Every time I keep getting money, and I said to him, I've paid this. Now we left with this. Will you please? He will say yes. Then in December, I had Sun City. He said, I gave him the child's bank account. In a week he would deposit for my like when we are sitting here, he would say 1,000 into that account. It was 1,000 rand. He calculated 7,000 within a month. And taking a charity. Marai said, no, that's not school fees. Each charity fella for December or whatever that you can do in this month, you know. Okay, then I said, this man can afford most. If he can get within a month, then he managed to put something like 7,000. And in end of January, the schools are reopening, right? Then I started telling him, guy, there is no money. Like, you need to put money into that account. There is no money. Until Wanaka would say hi, she started going to school after 3 months. I didn't have that money. Like, seriously, I didn't have it. So now, this 7,000 rands, the guy was supposed to come to Joburg. He said, I have a meeting in Joburg.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'm thinking, well, the first day of school, I will be there. He had lied to my daughter, said he's going to take her to school when the schools reopen. Then he said, will you please book me a flight? And I said, no, it's fine. You can send me money, I'll book the flight. Even this one of booking flights also was exhausting me because I don't understand.
He was
why am I
always asking you to book him flights? So like it's only PA.
Why am I his PA now?
Yeah.
Where is his wife? Because she could be the one doing all this. Why it's only Ben? The money about no, use that money. The money that he has given
he wanted it back.
He wanted his money
that was
back.
The plan from the beginning. Yeah, he will give you money and then he will create a need and say use that money. He operates like scammers. You know scammers. They will entice you.
You think they're giving me money.
They give him money and then they say invest 1,000. It comes back as 2. You do that and say 3. It comes back as and then they say 10. That's how he operates.
So he said, please use that money that I have been depositing into my daughter's account to book my flight. I will refund it. And I said, no. And I'm not going to. After 8 years, you give me 7,000. And this 7,000 now you want it back. 7,000. Now you want it back. I refuse. That was the end of our relationship. And the end of him and my daughter's relationship at that time. He was gone, like for real. My daughter was heartbroken.
But then I remember when I was saying there was a story of COVID, there was this other time, I don't know what he had promised. And then he lied and said he's in hospital.
Yes, in January.
Yes.
It was about it was about this guy. He said he's dying. He's in hospital. Like, he didn't answer the phone for about 24 hours. Then he said he is literally dying. Like, he said he's in ICU.
Yeah. Well, when you are in ICU, he can still text and say I'm in ICU.
Because he wanted us to forget about the story of the issue of school fees.
Yes.
So now I can't talk about school fees because someone is dying. You know how insensitive is that?
You talk about, okay, now let's get to the story. Say no, now say conclude. Because you still communicated after this. No, you didn't communicate up until last year.
Because at that time my daughter still tried to reach out. He was not responding to her messages. He literally neglected.
She was broken that time.
My daughter was broken.
She was broken.
Wanted to take her for therapy. So no, she needs to be 10 years old to start therapy. We can't take a child that's below 10 years for therapy because she was broken. Because at that time she actually believed that my dad is back, now I'll be communicating with him. Like, we're not talking about the monies and everything, we're just talking about communication between him and my daughter. That was it. Yeah, he was gone. So now, in last year, is it last year?
Yeah, it's last year.
No, year before, like, because I get a relationship broke again last year, mid last year. Last year was 2023. In 2022, this guy comes out of nowhere. My daughter receives a message on her phone that says, "Hello, tell your mother to send me your birth certificate and your passport." When she looks at the profile picture, it looks like it's the father, but it's this international number, you know. So now we don't know. I tell my daughter, or someone who says, "Hello, tell your mother." She is not even saying, "Ask your mother." He says, "Go tell your mother to do that." He's not explaining why he wants all that information. I'm like, no, this is arrogant. We can't do this. And what if it's some scammer somewhere? They want
even if it's him, he's scamming. He's a scammer.
Yeah, why do you want?
He wants those documents to scam.
All you want is my daughter's documents. You don't know where she lives. You don't know what she eats. You want the document. I don't know what he's gonna do with my daughter's documents that time. Okay, that was it. We leave it right there. He tried to reach out. He actually phoned me. Yeah, he sent me a message. "Hi, it's me now."
Did he call or text?
I think yeah, that was a text.
Okay.
"Hi, it's me so and so. I wanted to let you know that now I live in this European country. Here where I am."
He lives where Mr. Hanyo is always taking.
I was laughing when I was watching Skim Sam.
You guys watch Skim Sam, you know where Mr. Hanyo is always taking.
Yes, and then Mr. Hanyo said to principal to moving to Europe, to that certain country.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, what's on this country is all about scammers. And then they moved to that country. So it was him moving there. I'm doing my honors here. The aim is to do my PhD. I'm in school in this country. Everything is so right. I've even got citizenship. You know, sending me papers. You know, he will send proof. Proof, paper after paper, the documents. These things are
liars are always sending.
You should know that all my kids now already they have citizenship in this country. At that time, we were still emotional about the crime rate in South Africa. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm raising a girl child in South Africa. This man says he's got a citizenship in that country. He's even saying when she finishes school, she must come to university free, everything. Life is so good here. Even when you reach a certain age, yeah, they're about They're about to get me a house. I'm gonna have my own house here. I'm settled and everything, but I'm still doing odd jobs, Nyana, because I'm still at school. Like he will send proof. I could see that he was at school. You know, even the assignments, he will send me all this kind of information.
Not yet,
keep on. I must see these things. Oh, okay. So now, guys, I'm treading carefully. I know if I become arrogant to this man, the child gone. I'm doing it for the sake of Mwana, right? Yes. Okay, that's okay. He even says, he apologized, a very long message. Sincerely, I apologize. You know, I have grown, you know, been through certain things. When the war started in Qatar, not Qatar. In Ukraine. I took Ukraine. When Putin was trying to kill us. Win over Ukraine. Me, I got into a plane and I went to Ukraine so that I could be deported. A very long story. That's how I got myself in this country. Like a long story, guys. And then in that story, there was an element of scammer rich, but again, I saw this man who's a hero. He's smart. And I said, I will compromise my life. I put my life in danger because I wanted my kids one day to be proud of me and say, Dad, you went to this land so that we can have this citizenship in this great country. So I fell for it. I was like, wow, what a man. All this time he was doing all these things. He knew that the end goal was for his kids to settle.
I can't believe
In this time.
I can't believe you.
Guys, remember, go back. I said to you, I knew that this man was not good for me whatsoever. I don't want him near me. But I wanted to believe so much that he could be a good father to his child. Because all I wanted was a father to my child, right? So that's why I believe all these things. So I said, oh, what's wrong for Bana? There are guys like so I'm like, okay, yeah, you see, we are growing. So he started saying, since I have odd jobs, I will give you 3,000 a month. This is the man who has never given anything, guys. So I'm like, okay.
He's just giving that 7K that he wanted.
He just gave that 7K that he wanted it back.
Yeah,
right?
Calculator. Let's say the restaurant. He took us to Mandela Square, Sun City, you know. Maybe he's about to reach 20K
there. Yeah. So I'm like,
just
okay.
scroll when the
Yes.
get Lilia Smack.
No,
not Smack. Russell.
So now, okay, 3.5. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, transport, school on the bus is how much? Okay, let's look at that. It's fine. We even had an agreement with my daughter that every time that he sends, because he was sending around, because I can't get euros. I converted like I'm on an 500 euros. I converted like I'm 3.5. So we'll take a smaller portion every time I check the high fit. For us, it was entertainment to make sure that my daughter goes to the restaurant. You know, it was standard. For the 4 to 5 months that he was giving us that 3.5, yeah, we'll go to the restaurant.
That's life.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. Hey, we
can congratulating you.
But I'm saying, school fees, then we agree with. Even this is the 4th time. School fees, right? Yeah, never fulfilled. Now we are part 4. He says, yeah, school fees this year, don't even try to pay, don't pay anything, I will pay. Guys, the whole year, I didn't pay school fees. I think my mistake was to tell him that at my daughter's school,
they allow
the child to go to school. They never say go stay at home because you haven't paid school fees. They will charge us interests, but they want their money in December. Right? That's it. I told him this, then he was like, I'm still relaxed. By March, I'll be having a proper job, so I will pay all of it when I just relax. But this time around, I said, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open an account where that money that I was paying for school fees, I'll make sure that I put it in that account every month. For in case he doesn't pay. I could have banned 3 times.
Yes.
We're talking about last year.
Okay.
We are discussing these things in December. We go into January. So in January, that's when he started giving 3,500, saying that school fees is gonna pay. So I decided, okay, it's fine. I will deposit this money into this account and keep it there so that by at the end of the year, you know when you've kept money somewhere and somebody it's for the money for in case. When you have like issues with money, there will be times where I go and say borrow that money because still believing where this guy will pay, you know. So it goes, the year goes. Around Boma March, there was a time where he was watching our YouTube channel. And then I spoke about my boyfriend. We're talking about New Year's resolutions. Then we were saying something like, you know, when your husband met with my boyfriend, they were discussing and all of that. He phoned me and he said to me, I watched your YouTube channel. I am so angry. I realized that you're talking about your boyfriend and now your boyfriend, someone serious because you said somewhere he met with your sister's husband. It means this is a serious relationship. I was like, yes, it's a serious relationship. What do you mean? I am so. I even sat down where I was. I needed to sit down and consume
like a Paul.
I thought it was a joke, guys. So the guy started communicating with me excessively, sending me messages every 30 minutes. There's a message. If I don't answer this message, he will give me a call. Then I was getting tired, but still, I don't want to spoil this thing for my daughter again. So now I'm bending for this guy. He does it a lot, and then I'm starting to feel, oh, now my boyfriend is starting to feel, oh, I'm giving this guy too much attention.
Of course.
It even happened that when I went to spend time with my boyfriend, I had to block him because I knew my phone will be going, At some time, he said to me he's writing a book, guys, and he sent me a manuscript, and he wanted me to go through that whole book and give him a feedback. Like, he wanted to control my mind, like, to be focused on him. When he wakes up in the morning, now I'm going to eat. You know, today at work, I spoke to 2 people. They are like updating me about everything, just to exhaust me, to make sure that everything about me, I'm just thinking about him and what he's doing. And
because even when we are sitting like this with Maiso, this guy will be sending messages at me. Now I would get pissed off. I remember this other time we were even at home, when he asked you to book a flight from laptop. We're home. What are you doing? We're here to, when we are home, we never work. And then you open a laptop, booking a flight for this guy.
I booked a laptop.
You did. I still remember where you were sitting.
I can't remember Europe.
No, it's that time of Cape Town.
Oh, okay.
When I'm talking about
that,
yeah. I don't know it.
And it's still, you know, someone, he lives far away from me,
but he wants to
he's mentally tormenting me here, because if I say no, it will be like, I'm not gonna do. So the way he was communicating with, because our WhatsApp communication, it looks like we have been talking for years, but it had just been 2 months. Then I go to my daughter's phone. Every time I will ask my daughter, when last did you speak to your dad? And we said, nah, a week ago. He said he's busy, he will get back to me. Then I started
but he's here on
there
your
are issues.
case.
Why is he on my case, but he's not saying anything to my daughter? When last? Because I'll take my daughter's phone also and check. And I could see that this man said, she's always the one who's starting the conversation. And then at some point he was saying, nah, I'm busy now, I'll get back to you. And at that time when he says, I'm busy now, my phone is being exploded by his messages. But at that time he said he's busy to my daughter, and I'm like, this man is, he's still obsessed. Even now he's still obsessed.
That kind of obsession over you is crazy.
It's crazy.
Dangerous.
And then he even said to me, you know what? What did he say? Oh, okay, guys. Before that, I just remembered something. When we were coming from Sun City, this guy told me a story. What time is it? He told me a story that after we separated, when he was still mad at me, he went and he got the hitmen to hunt me down and kill me. He had bought those people. I thought he was lying at that time. I believed a little bit, but then I said, because he's dramatic, no, he just wants, like I told you, that he's that kind of a person who will tell you a bad thing that he has done, and then he says, then I realized that was bad, then I stopped, and then I refrained from doing that, so that you can say this person has healed. That's what he said to me. You know, now I got those people to come and kill you. You were saved by your sister, because that guy came back to me and said it was the 2 of you. So now he didn't know who to kill because it was the 2 of you. Then he decided, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I just laughed off and I didn't want to dwell into that conversation. And then again he said to me, you know, I've just opened a men's group here in Cape Town for men to heal, because we realize that we have problem. It's for men who are abusive to their wives, you know. Because I realize that this thing is in me. When I love a person that much, I tend to abuse them and beat them up. Then it happened with you, now it's happening with this one that I'm living with. That's when I picked up that this man is abusing that woman badly, but she will do anything for him. That's what he told me. That one will never leave him. Because she loves him too much. This woman saw the pictures that he posted of me on social media. People insinuating that we are back together, but she still went back. They are fine. So that's okay. Now, because I can see it about
okay, so this story of
the
Incabis got finish off like because you're already in that story.
Yeah, I was already in that story.
Yeah.
So now,
because we're gonna go back to the Incabis.
Yes. He started saying to me, okay, what did he say again? He said to my daughter the other time, because it was match report. So my daughter is excited, because my daughter is very smart, guys. You know, she's that 8th grade kind of a student. So uthola learner. So utla ba se report ya hae, and then na ha kena taba if ngwana thotse bo the 80s, but she never gets below Boma 75. There will be few 70s, but she's the 80s, 90s. Yeah. So she shows him a report in March last year. This guy comes and says, this is not enough. We're talking about someone the man who has never paid school fees his whole life. He said, this is not enough to my daughter.
But the standard is here.
He said, I want only the 90s and the 100s. I don't want 80s. I don't want 70s. June exams. My daughter was studying like crazy, like someone who's in varsity. I even said to her, are you aware that you are in grade 6? No, so you know, my dad says he wants 90s and 100s. Like at that time, I can't say to her, this man doesn't pay school fees. I'm the one who pays school fees and I'm happy with your results. But my daughter made sure that she gets the 90s and the 100s. So around that time, we were not talking anymore because I had already pissed him off. Yeah, because when he was sending me those much messages and I told him, guy, I think now I've been misleading you, not being aware that I'm misleading you. Are you aware that we are not in a relationship? Please, would you please limit your communication with me? I have my partner, I have my boyfriend, so I can't be in this constant communication with you, calling me, updating me about everything. We can't go on like that. I want you to concentrate on the child, not on me. He got offended and then he decided he's not gonna talk to me anymore. So I remember what was happening that month. I think that was the last money that he deposited. He sent that money. So when I responded to him saying, oh, I've received the money, thank you very much, he did not respond. Then I reminded him of the school fees. He said to me, you better pay that school fees because I'm not going to pay anymore.
Sure. I can't imagine my husband saying that to me.
Guys, it was in June. It was in June at that time. And guess what? He said to me, no, you better pay because Mina, I don't have. I thought he was joking. He will still come back to his senses that time. So the reports comes, it was June exams. My daughter says, should I send it? But he was not talking. You know, when he stops talking to me, he stops talking to my daughter, like literally. But yeah, high communication is limited. So now she sends this report. The guy says, I'm going to watch rugby. I will still get back to you. He never got back to her until today.
Yeah, so this is something that happened last year. Well, kind of World Cup in
Is
it this year or last year?
Last year.
Last year.
When now AFCON.
Oh yes.
AFCON was this. That was a rugby World Cup in June last year.
So it's been a year. The guy told his child that I will check your report after watching the match even today.
We are having another report like that one right now. Yeah. But I remember when my daughter was featured on the first movie. He was the one who was posting.
Yeah, those are the things that got that pissed me off because every time your child gets featured in a movie or a series or something, he's the first person to go and post on social media. And the people who know very well that this guy does nothing for the child, he does not congratulate him. They go and congratulate him.
Like a father,
like a father, like a daughter. I was pissed off by the other one that I know, the person that we told that knows the story from the beginning to the end, went and commented and said,
Azza, sorry guys, I'm recording. Alright, cool. Love you.
And then this person went there and said, like a father, like a daughter. And the other one said, like calling this guy Siboko.
But if they are like that, if it's their blood, it's their blood. We don't know.
That guy knows not, even if it's their blood.
Yes, he knows
not the one. He doesn't know about how to get the role.
Going to the auditions, having to prepare this child, but he gets all the credit. But I liked it because when Outlaws was about to be released, already he was not talking to us.
So he didn't get a chance.
He didn't get a chance to go
and brag on social media.
Yes. So he bragged on social media. Then he went and he wrote that long post about how he He got the Ingabis to follow me.
So should we include this in this? How long?
I think it's gonna be. We've been here for too long now. We're gonna have part 8.
Yeah, we're gonna have part 8.
Even though part 8 is not gonna be that long, but we're gonna get to it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you and we appreciate you. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe, guys. It's not that subscribe. Yeah, missing out. For the community. No, it's not that one.
We love you so much. We'll see you on the next episode, which is part 8. And that will be the last part of this series. Thank you so much.
See you.